Hola muchachos and muchacharinas, welcome back. I made a video about the topic I'm talking about today already a while ago, to be more specific in December, before Bridgehaza came out, and I pretty much showcased how you can increase your damage in the most efficient way. Today I want to give you guys a little bit of an update and also give you a perspective of what kind of gear you will need for the future, so you are prepared for the new raid. So this video will be mostly focused on characters on item level 1680 plus, and the reason is that if you are 1670, there is not really any reason for you to invest in accessories. Every content is clearable without any stats lines on them. Also, level 7 gems are expected as soon as you reach eye level 1660, so I'm not going to talk about the damage efficiency between level 6 and 7 gems. But why do you even need to increase your damage? First and foremost, higher numbers look better. But also, minimum requirements in terms of gear and damage are expected for specific contents. Yes, if you are a Giga Chat with God Gamer hands, you might need less, but you're still getting gate capped without a static. So as you know, Act 2 requirements, at least in the Party Finder and in hard mode, are for the most part full 8 damage gems. You don't necessarily need cooldown gems, but 8 damage gems are expected. And your accessories should have mid-rolls on them. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, normal mode, it doesn't really matter. You have 7 gems and you will not have a problem clearing the raid. For Act 3, at least based on Korean streamers, what you need is full level 8 gems, except potentially filler skills, and you need at least high roll or mid accessories. For normal mode, mid accessories should be fine. And level 7 gems are also sufficient. So if you look at the damage efficiency table, this is all based on AUC prices. You will notice that accessories are still the most efficient way to increase your damage because prices keep dropping and there is a higher availability. The gem prices are currently rising, so it's not really worth the investment. However, keep in mind that they are mandatory for higher content. And due to the higher availability of relic books, they also become more and more an option to seek for more damage because the price is going down. So let's go into some specific cases. Case 1. You have nothing yet. So if you're 1680 and you are aiming for normal mode Act 3, mid rolls on accessories should be your goal, and as you can see, they provide you 1% damage for 31,000 gold, which is the best value you can get for your bucks. The same is true for 1690, mid rolls offer the best efficiency and are good enough for Bridgehaza. However, if you are aiming for 1700 and you try for Act 3 hard mode, then high rolls are the cheapest and best way to go. My personal recommendation is to buy high rolls, which are only rolled once, and then try to get a second line. And if you ask me, if I would get a high, I would absolutely immediately sell it, because afterwards you can just buy 4 new accessories for selling 1. You can also go for mid if you don't want to rely on luck on rolling something, but they are significantly more expensive. But on the other hand, also give you more damage. So this is a little bit up to you. Do not invest in high-low, high-mid or high-high because the prices are just too high. And as you can see, high-low only provides a very marginally damage increase over mid accessories. Alternatives in this moment can be that you are starting to buy some gems and upgrade gems from 7 to 8. Please always keep in mind that upgrading gems and the damage behind it is very class specific. So the damage values I'm showing you here can vary if you have a class where maybe a character benefits more from a gem than what is being showcased here. But in any case, high accessories still offer the better value. But what you can also consider at this moment is upgrading your weapon to plus 18 or plus 19. But what if you already have mid-rolls? You prepared for Brel, bought mid-roll accessories, and now they're already on your character. So the highest efficiency, funnily enough, from a gold per damage perspective, are high mid accessories, but they are whale bait in my opinion. Because getting a 4% damage increase by buying high-low accessories is not really worth it in my opinion. So while high accessories are cheaper to acquire, mid accessories provide you a higher overall damage increase and will make you ready for the latest content. So from my perspective, mid seems to be the best way to go here. Of course, if you already have mid rolls and don't want to go for Act 3 hard mode, then no further investment is needed for accessories. But what you can do is you can start investing in level 8 gems, as they have a greater value per buck spent if you already have mid rolls on your accessories. Even relic books up to 50k provide you a higher damage increase versus gold spent. depending on what you're aiming for in terms of accessories. Upgrading your weapon to plus 19 should be your goal at this point, and whether it is efficient or not, it is something that you should go for. Case 3. You already have mid-low rolls. In this moment, an investment into accessories becomes super inefficient. But mid rolls are still considered to be necessary for Act 3 hard mode, so you should still go for them. Even if it seems a little bit ridiculous going for a 2.36% damage increase, unfortunately, it might be that you have to go for them. Of course, you can try to invest in other areas, and here, if you go for hard mode, obviously we don't even have to talk anymore about gems because you need to have 8 gems. So upgrading them at this point is not an option anymore, it is mandatory. And then again, relic books up to 50k also provide a higher damage increase versus gold spent, and even 100k books can be considered at this point, especially if more characters in your roster benefit from it. Additionally, your weapon to plus 20 or plus 21 should also be considered at this point. So what is the conclusion? You always have to think about your roster as a whole and also on the goal of what you're actually trying to achieve, which rate you want to go for, and all of these factors have to go into your consideration to know what you actually want to buy. Because it might be that accessories might be the most efficient way, but maybe a book can also be cheaper because your whole roster is going to benefit from it. Because investing in gems is only going to increase one of your characters, and everything above level 8 gems is a whale bait at this stage of the game. Except you play multiple characters of the same class, of course. The current meta of the game is having one high main and lower alts, except you swipe a lot, you buzz, or you have alt rosters to funnel to your main. Accessories can be swapped out with lower characters if you exchange them on your main, and they are also getting cheaper. Therefore, the recommendation is still working on your accessories. For me, for example, I will buy high accessories on my Sorg, and then I will swap the mid-rolls I have currently to one of my 1680 alts. This way you can increase the gold efficiency of buying accessories, and it is smarter than just investing in a level 9 gem. And coming back to the relic books, it can be a great option if your roster plays the same books. Think about what you could exchange. I, for example, bought relic MP efficiency books because I can play them on my Slayer, on my Soul Eater, on my Sorg and on my Gun Lancer. It is not the best engraving in slot in terms of damage, but it provides great quality of life. Another example for this could also be stabilized status, but it's always class dependent. So just review your full roster and think what you could exchange. And as I mentioned earlier already, accessories are still the way to go. They're getting cheaper and cheaper, and it becomes more affordable every day because people have more and more 1680 characters, and they're pushing more and more of these useful accessories into the market, and that is pushing the price down. Of course, if you're lucky and you are an expert in one-tapping your weapon, it is one of the most efficient things you can do. But as soon as you start buying the materials, it becomes ridiculously expensive after going over plus 21. So except you want to spend a lot of gold and only focus on your main, my recommendation is not to hone your weapon higher than plus 21. In terms of books, as I mentioned, just check what your roster might need and then you might want to invest in it. Or if you're going by the rule of having one high main, maybe you also just want to buy one of the relic books. For example, a Gun Lancer could buy Master Brawler, which is relatively cheap right now. Or if you want to spend gold in increasing your full roster strength, then maybe even grudge books can be the best way to go. So as I said before, you need to focus on your whole roster. You need to turn on your brain, think about what is the best, and then make a decision. So all that said, thank you for coming by. I hope this video was useful for you, and if it was, then please leave a like, subscribe to our channel. It helps us a lot and it keeps you informed about future content. Thank you so much. Bye bye.